It feels like I just did an Artsnacks box unboxing, but it is time for the March 2019 Artsnacks box already, so here it is. The very first thing I noticed upon opening this box was that the Ecoline liquid watercolor had leaked within the packaging. I assume it was just the seal that was not sealed all the way, but yeah, that spilt quite a bit. It didn't lose a ton of ink, but it definitely lost a decent amount. So I just washed it off. I was super scared when I opened it though, because I was very worried that it cracked or something in transit, and it didn't though, so that was good, and it's nice that they put it in its own individual bag so it did not spill on everything, because I'm sure it would have had it not been in its own little bag. So in this box, it came with the Royal Talents Ecoline liquid watercolor, that is what had spilt within the bag, as well as a Royal Talents Ecoline brush pen, two Caran d'Ache Swiss wood pencils, and a King Art Inkline fine line color ink pen, which is a lot of words. It's just a fine liner. So retail value of all of these items put together is $25.09 according to what the prices are on the Artsnacks menu, and the Artsnacks boxes monthly subscription themselves, those are $25, I believe, so you are getting exactly your money's worth out of this box. The only other things are you're obviously getting the sticker, a candy, and then in this box, because it was their birthday, they turned 6 years old, they gave everyone a little enamel pin, which was really cute. I do like that enamel pin. I think this is the second pin I've gotten from Artsnacks. I think. Maybe the third. I think it's the second, though. So I was very excited about this box because the Royal Talents Ecoline liquid watercolor, as well as the brush pen, are items I have eyeballed in the past. I have a set of those brush pens on my Amazon wish list, I believe, actually, one of the skin tone ones. And then, as far as the ink goes, I believe it is Fran Nerd who has used a rose-colored Ecoline watercolor, and I've wanted it. So I was very excited about that. Not super excited about green. I think green is probably my least favorite color when it comes to creating art. I'm not a huge green fan, which if you like green, I'm sorry. It's not my least favorite color, mind you. Purple is my least favorite color. I'm okay with green. I'm glad I didn't get purple. So I guess I'm more okay with the green. And something I was worried about with this box was that the fine liner would not really work with water. So I did swatch over it and it did not bleed. I was very excited about that because a lot of times they send you like water materials. They send you like watercolors or stuff like that, and then they also give you like fine liners that bleed really easy with water, so I was very happy to learn that that did not bleed. There's a little bit of green on the page where I swatched water on top of the fine liner, and that's just because it was the dirty water after swatching the actual liquid watercolor, so that's why that's like kind of green toned. And then on the menu it also said you could dip the brush pen into the liquid watercolor to create a gradient. I was extremely skeptical about this one, going from like a greenish shade to more of like a light beigey skin tone shade, but it actually worked really well. I was very surprised by that. I think that would be really cool if you do have quite a variety of the brush pens and the inks. You can make some pretty cool gradients out of that one, so that's pretty cool. Wasn't super fond of the green and beige combination, but it kind of grew on me as I was doing this. And then, of course, I decided to paint another Toothless, because if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting to my stories and to my feed quite a bit. I recently bought some gouache, and I've been painting Toothless a lot because I just recently watched the third and final How to Train Your Dragon movie. I'm actually going to go see it in theaters again tomorrow for the second time. Second and final time in theaters, probably, because going to the movies is expensive. But How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite movie series. They are my favorite movies in general. So I've been painting a lot of Toothless because I have been in the How to Train Your Dragon mood. I've just been drawing a lot of How to Train Your Dragon stuff in general, so it's been fun. So I decided to paint another Toothless because the green made me think Toothless, so I just kind of went with that. It's just something simple, so that is what I went ahead and painted. Something I did notice when I was making this, though, is that the King Art fine liner, it didn't really work super well in terms of using it on top of the surface. I don't know if it's because my watercolor wasn't completely dry, I don't know if it's because it was just on watercolor paper as a whole, but the actual fine liner itself, it kind of bled the tiniest bit when you would actually put it down on the paper, so it spread and it just didn't look really precise. It looked very soft and fuzzy, and that's not really what I was going for when it came to the line art, so I wasn't a huge fan of the edges of this piece, so I did cheat a little bit, and I went ahead and outlined everything again, like just the outline of Toothless with a white gel pen, so I did cheat a little bit. I was proud of myself though. I did use the graphite pencils to sketch this. Normally when I like use my Artsnacks products, I do go ahead and I cheat and I use my own pencils for sketching, but I did use the ones that they sent me, which I'll probably never use again because I'm not a huge fan of graphite pencils, but that is okay. I'm sure eventually I'll do a giveaway with a bunch of Artsnacks products that I just straight up don't use, because while I do really like getting Artsnacks boxes, it's nice to get new supplies every month. There's a lot of things that I'm not a fan of, or I just won't use really, so I'm sure I'll do a giveaway or something to get rid of them in the future. And then, yeah, that pretty much sums up the illustration. It was really fun doing the gradient in the background. I knew it wouldn't come out super nice looking because I'm not good at gradients, especially with like a brush pen, so I did go in like stripes on the top, I guess, stripes. I did sections, but I tried not to do sections for the rest of it because it was not working super well, and I mean it was working, but it didn't look very good, but that's okay. Overall, I am happy with how this turned out. He's very green. I realized when I was thinking about this, his eyes are green, and I kind of figured I would not be able to do his eyes green, so I did the brush pen with a little bit of green shading in there, but either way, I think this one turned out nice. I really do like this box, actually. It was a lot of fun to play with, and I am almost certain that I will use most of these supplies again in the future. I wasn't a huge fan of the fine liner either because it bled. I'm glad it's waterproof, or at least when I swatched it, it was waterproof. I don't know if it's always waterproof, but overall, I do really like the brush pen and the liquid watercolors, so those were definitely the highlights of this box for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.